أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عالم عامل معلم يدعى كبير في ملكوت السماوات. A scholar who works in teaching has a high status in the domain of the heavens. With this hadith, I'm going to kickstart to our webinar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. I wholeheartedly welcome all the participants and hope everyone is safe and sound. As we have gathered over here for the webinar, let me just give a quick intro about myself. I'm Zainab Sultana, co-planner of this webinar conducted by Smart Stars Online Academy. I'm an ex-lecturer, seated qualified with my master's in electronics and currently pursuing master's in education from Ghulam Ahmad College of Education. We have gathered over here to conduct a webinar on online learning in need of emergency. Yes, this is indeed the need of emergency, and this is the situation wherein it is mandatory, it is a particular need. So, the spokespersons for today's webinars are me as well as my sister, Ms. Aisha Sultana. She is UGC NET qualified and has completed her Master of Sciences in Organic Chemistry and Masters of Education from Ghulam Ahmad College of Education. So, without any further ado, I now request Ms. Aisha Sultana to kindly go forward with this webinar. Over to you, Ms. Aisha Sultana.
Thank you, Ms. Zainab. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. I am Aisha. For today's session, the topic online learning in need of emergency is selected due to the current situation which we are going through since these 6 months, which have hit us and every aspect of our life so hard in that one of the major attack has been on educational field. But in some or the other way, this thing called online learning is paying off to some extent. That's why I have decided why not we come together and speak our thoughts on something which will direct us to professional development. So please, I request you all to keep up with me till the end since I am not that of an expert, but inshallah I will try my best. Let us start with our session as everyone is very well aware of today's topic online learning in need of emergency. Yes, as you can see in this slide, we can compare the situation of students with them. They have become bored and irritated for not attending classes with their friends. And we know that it is due to the chaos, it is not possible for the schools or colleges to conduct regular sessions as we ought to be very careful of the pandemic coronavirus. So the schools and colleges have been asked to conduct online classes for the students, and we are calling it as online learning. Yes. But do you really think that it is so? What is online learning? Is it the same as the classes being conducted these days? It's definitely a no. See, Mr. Trump is agreeing with us as well. I'm gonna state online learning to you. So, online learning is a mode of learning in which the learner does not travel to places and each and every aspect of learning, right from admission into the course of interest, payment of your fee, classes, assessment, evaluation, events, and what else, competition, to achieving certification, everything happens online. Then, what type of learning is happening these days? What do you refer it to? This indeed is a big question, right? I'm gonna introduce you to another term. Can you guess what it is? It is remote learning. Now, what is this about? Remote learning is a temporary mode of learning which we take as a solution to impart education in the situation of crisis which is happening these days, right? It is a temporary solution. So the learning is remote. 2 days ago, we got the notification that the schools and colleges remains closed till 30th September 2020. Even if teachers and instructors are advised to go to schools and colleges for teaching, still the learning will take place remotely, as both the parties involved in this process are from different locations. Okay? This is probably the slightest difference between remote and online learning. Now, why do we really talk about online learning? Why at this time? Online learning is a need of emergency these days. It is to be opted for in order to either learn a new skill or upgrade our skills, which we already have, or we can complete the course of our interest as well. First and foremost, let us learn about the different types of skills. Okay, so in this slide, I have listed out a number of skills. This pandemic has provided with the best opportunity for us to not only give time to our regular online classes, but in fact we were able to learn something new as well, right? As we are still not aware of when our regular offline classes will initiate, we can give a go to learning something new along with our regular classes. But then question arises, what new should I learn? Well, it can be anything, whatever interests you, whatever you have dreamt to learn, or whatever you decided to improve on. Okay? So, you can zoom out the slide. In this slide, I have listed out some of the skills probably many have tried on, and there are still who don't know about it. So, what we can learn? First and foremost thing, learning through videos. Yes, there are n number of videos on YouTube that teaches you about craft work like origami, sewing, knitting. You can learn cooking as well, and yes, without paying a single penny. Now I'm not being gender biased over here. There are number of tutorials for boys as well. In this century, and probably long before, we have a number of chefs and tailors, and they are guys. Making and inventing stuff of your interest, like you can make models, you can make a piece of art probably, you can connect with your buddies and do a collaborative project as well. Okay? Then there is this that interests most of us, 3D graphics and animations. There are n number of softwares of animation available for free these days. You can give it a try. If you can afford, you can buy a professional one as well. Coding. Yes, these days an advertisement is running on television about White Hat Junior, right? What it is about? Actually, it is teaching coding to everyone, and especially children. They are learning it and they are making applications and getting famous as well. Taking photos and making movies out of it? Yeah, this thing every one of us does, and it's very interesting. Increasing communication skills like public speaking skills, etc., by attending interactive sessions, which I am doing as of right now. Speaking really matters. You will gain confidence and experience when you speak your thoughts on something. It will let you improve your vocabulary, accent, stuttering, and the pace as well. Exploring new applications and playing with them. You can just open your Google Play Store or iOS apps and you will find number of applications for free of cost. And of course, it will help you in learning something new. Effective content writing. Guys, you should take this up seriously. It's very interesting thing to do. I have seen people who don't talk much and doesn't communicate well, but with paper and pen in their hands, they will just blow it off. You can write poems, articles, few lines on something, okay? Vlogging. It's a personal diary that people share online. Many of us do it too. You can talk about your daily life or share about things that you were doing. It is an important opportunity to communicate information in a new way online. There is this another thing called vlogging. It's nothing but vlogging. It's a video blog that contains media files, images, pictures, sound, music, all in a video. Okay? Editing. You can edit photos, videos, and content as well. Photoshop. Everyone loves to do this thing. We have Adobe Photoshop, many beauty Photoshop applications as well. Language learning. It has become so simple you can just download any language learning application for free of cost and learn any language of your interest. One such example is Duolingo application. There is this Chinese, Spanish, French, Arabic, or you can improve your current language as well. Creating websites, you can do it for free, and there are paid websites as well. What else? You can upgrade your skills. You should never stop learning because advancement is the key to success, okay? It is necessary to keep renewing and polishing your skills in order to meet the demands of the world. Previously, it was difficult to learn something new. You must register yourself in that particular course, and of course, it wasn't free of cost as well. But now, with handsets and unlimited internet connectivity, everyone has opportunity to learn anything and update about it. That too free of cost. So go on updating and upgrading as well. What else? We can complete any course of our interest. You probably may have dreamt about learning to play a musical instrument or to learn fashion or interior designing, but could not give a go due to your studies and hectic scheduling. But now you have got time for it. You can take up any diploma course as well. As soon as the pandemic hit, negative vibes began to spread widely. See, even Shaggy and Scoop are afraid of coronavirus. From educational institutes being shut down to people going jobless, every single thing is pointed out negative aspects. So, why not kill all those negative vibes? But what if we think about it in an optimistic manner? What if we try considering the good points, the benefits? Yes, the advantages. Okay? See, Mr. Mickey is asking whether we are nuts. No, Mr. Mickey, we are not nuts. Over to you, Zainab.
Well, thank you, Miss Aisha. Yes, the question that arises from Mr. Mickey is, are we nuts? No, definitely we are not nuts, and we're going to prove to you why we aren't so, because we're going to provide with you the most important points. You're going to consider it later. First and foremost, it has provided an opportunity for the learners to take up revision classes or for further understanding of the concepts. Many students or learners might have faced certain difficulty in learning the concepts, or while they were being taught, the lessons might have been Greek and Latin to them in their schools or in their colleges or in the premises wherever they were learning. It might have been hyperbolas and parabolas for them. The concepts might have shoot out above their heads. So this is an opportunity for them to undergo revision and understand the concepts thoroughly, either through one-on-one conversation with their educators, their relatives, or whoever they might want to approach to. Secondly, they could definitely learn a new skill or upgrade their own skills at the same time. If you want to learn a new skill right from the scratch, or if you want to upgrade your skills that are innate or which you have acquired already, you can upgrade them. You can do so, and you have many opportunities being provided in the form of applications or in the form of course and many more. So go ahead and get it. Thirdly, We can learn to take up household chores, and we're not being gender biased over here, because not just for girls but even for boys there are certain household chores that needs to be taken into consideration. So boys, don't just sit around, don't just slack anymore, and don't just leave everything for girls. Go ahead and do your household chores as well. Now, it has also provided the time for our precious family. Yes, this has been given as the greatest opportunity for all of us. Definitely, because the family, due to many reasons, we weren't able to support them. We weren't able to take out time before, when we were employed or when we are still employed and we are working at home. We are definitely still providing time for our precious families. When we were going out to do our job, particular job, we weren't able to give enough time to our families, and they were always leaning their eyes on us, whether my child will come today to meet me, my son, my daughter will come to meet me today. But we weren't able to do so because of this pandemic. We are definitely being around them. They are able to laugh with us, giggle with us, and we are able to eat lunch, breakfast, dinner every single time. We are going to have a party at home with them, everything. So time for precious family has been granted because of this pandemic. Last but not the least, it has provided with an opportunity to work from home or take up freelancing jobs. Yes, on one hand, the people are becoming jobless, and the people who are employed still but they are working from home. The other people who wanted to work from home this year or who wanted to get employed this year weren't able to do so because of the company is not recruiting or many more reasons, but they can still work from home by sitting at their own remote locations. And there are many applications as such, like Meesho app, or you can do your business through WhatsApp or Instagram accounts and many more. So not only just those apps, but you have freelancing jobs, many. There's many sites, they are providing many freelancing jobs, like there is Fiverr, there is Truelancer, there is Freelancer. There are many such sites who are not fraudulent and they are authentic, and they are providing any sort of job which you want to, like it may be a copy paste job, it may be a data entry job, simplest jobs, or it may be an animated explainer video making job, or it may be creation of website or blogger sites, or many such things which you want to do. You can do it. You can go ahead and create that HTML programming, or you can create a code for them. Yes, many such things are being provided. So these freelancing jobs are available for each and everyone, and you can certainly get a hold of this. And so grasp this opportunity and get ahead of yourself so that you can land upon certain organization which you want to get yourself recruited into. So you might be shocked. Yes, you might be shocked, because these points are definitely the best. I mean, just the pandemic cannot be taken into negative aspects, but there are many positive sides to it. Of course, you might be shocked, right? Okay, over to you, Miss Aisha.
Yes, of course, some of us may have become shocked. So, how do you go about it? You need to write it down. Guys, make a habit of writing. You can improve at writing only by writing continuously. Make a use of journal or a diary. Write down your hobbies, learn them, and you can track your progress accordingly. What else? Guys, you need to speak up and ask for help. Nothing will come up if you keep everything in your heart or there is burden on your mind. So talk with your parents, speak up with your friends, make a call to them, talk with your teachers. Only this way your burden will be not released, but it will be reduced. You should not take it in a negative way, or you should not think that it will take you to the negative side, but think that support will always be available. Support and encouragement will always be available from these important people in a positive way. Okay, so ask for it. Over to you, Zainab.
All right, third and most important thing, when you have created a journal, you have prepared a schedule, right? Secondly, if you are afraid I mean, how to go about it, you don't know, you have no clue, you're approaching someone and you are speaking and asking for help. Okay, but what if today you have prepared a schedule, tomorrow you might have something else to uh, take into consideration, or some other work might show up and you have to accommodate time for it. So the schedule goes up and down. Not to worry about it, just accommodate the time and recreate your schedule so that your skill which you want to learn, your activity which you wanted to do, which was incorporated into your schedule, will also get enough time so that you'll be able to complete the task which you wanted, which you have assigned for yourself for today, for the day, particular day. Okay, also when you are unable to focus on the particular topic which you are learning, or which you are if you are learning a skill, if you aren't able to focus for a long time, just take a 5-minute break, move out of it and come back to it later, so that you refresh your mind and you will be able to grasp everything spontaneously. So be consistent with your time, but when you require, do take a break, don't sit continuously, and don't become like a sloth later.
Yes, online learning can be difficult in certain circumstances, but it is definitely achievable through certain time and energy management with critical thinking and some creativity.
So why always look at the negative aspects or negative sides when we do have the positive aspects to certainly take into consideration? All right, and that is why it is important on our part to utilize this time properly and get ahead of yourself. Use this opportunity and think of it as a stepping stone and climb to reach your goals and get to your destination. Because online learning, yes, it might be difficult at certain times, because we were very much familiar with the face-to-face mode of learning, but this time you have to sit around at your remote location and you have to learn accordingly. But there also, even if it is an online mode, you can have a face-to-face conversation and there is nothing to worry, and you are going to learn a lot of skills. These skills are going to be retained for lifelong. These skills are lifelong skills, and online learning is helping you reinforce those skills. There is certainly no wastage of time, no wastage of energy, and you are managing the time and you are managing your energy and you are learning it accordingly, and you are trying to become independent. The independency develops in you, the interpersonal skills develops in you when you are into group learning or group discussions and all, and the creative thinking ability, critical thinking ability, time management skills, and many more skills will be developed into you. So these are definitely the life skills which you are gonna learn. So think of it as an opportunity which has been provided, and get a hold of yourself, grasp that opportunity and learn everything. So that's it for our webinar. Thank you so much for your valuable time. We definitely want your valuable feedback, okay, the suggestions and everything. So if you want to provide us with your valuable feedback, kindly go on into the description box and there is a link provided. Click on the link, fill in the form and suggest us what more topics you want to hear from us, and or what our next webinar should be, or upcoming webinars should have the topic about which you want to learn, or which are of your interest particularly. We definitely are going to answer to it. And don't forget that online learning, when we have talked about it, yes, it is effective, and you have to take into consideration its aspects which are positive in nature. Positive vibes should be developed into you, okay, the positive traits needs to be considered. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and increase our subscribers as well as the participants for the webinar. If you have any queries, do post it in the comment box, and we're going to wrap up for this webinar session. So thank you for tuning in, and the wrapping up will be done by Miss Aisha Sultana. She's gonna provide you with certain lines. Just hear them out, and thank you for tuning in. Have a nice weekend, guys.
Yes, so we are going to wrap up today's webinar session with few lines written by me. With each second passing like a diamond, I wish I could knew it earlier. Today I'm a human, tomorrow I'll be sand. Nothing to take and nothing to give better than knowledge in this world. Utilize and protect its escape from your hands. Nonetheless, you are a human today. Please don't forget that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a nice weekend, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.